Hey everybody, welcome back to Media and XL Sigma. We're here on the Bowazon again, and in between episodes I did a little bit of farming. We can just show off what tiered uniques I'm using. I just did my usual Andy farming, so we are level 22. I'm using the Black Dame Long War Bow, which is pretty good. I don't know if I'll use Tantrum or not, but it's just a good physical bow. There's probably other ones I could use that are better, but this is just the one I decided to go with. I'm using some Feather Claws. They're at tier 2. Using Farnham's Flower Pot for the Pierce and the Absorb. You guys know I love my Absorb. I'm terrible at video games, so. Then we're using a War Cloak. We have this at tier 2, and I have just one of each of the max res jewels, so that's looking pretty good. I just want the extra damage just because we need the extra damage, really. So yeah, let's get into it. I am using a Static Frenzy now as well. We can take a look. I just got the 1 point in a Static Frenzy. I will probably not use a Static Frenzy in the endgame build, as it's super glass cannon, and it's reasonable for me to hit the second highest breakpoint. It's more than reasonable for me to hit the second highest breakpoint without using it. So the highest breakpoint for the bow base that I'll probably be using, which is this one for a while, is 360% to hit 7 frames, and 7 frames is the highest you can get on any bow with an Amazon. But I can hit 8 frames in, I think, 176 or something around that, and with a Static Frenzy we're at about 190. So after I get enough attack speed on my gear to hit that 8 frame breakpoint without a Static Frenzy, there's no reason for me to use it. You can go Super Glass Cannon if you want, or you can use it to, for example, take gear pressure off of attack speed. So you don't have to use any items with attack speed if you use a Static Frenzy, or you have to use very few anyways to still hit your good breakpoints. So it frees up gear slots for more defensive options if you would like to kind of counteract it. Getting yourself some chance to avoid or things like that. Now, the tier 2 for this bow, I believe requires level 30 and... requires level 30 and 200 dexterity, so pretty high. This is the correct direction. Barrage is doing pretty good work. I'm liking it as my main clear skill. I definitely have to get some mana on striking, though. As for the rest of our skills in our bow tree, we have 4 and 8. These I will probably max out once I can get enough mana on striking. And in the meantime, I'm just going to keep maxing out Dragon Lore for the physical res and the Pierce. The Pierce is not as much bonus damage yet, but as we get later into the game, the Pierce will become more and more important. The stuff I have in my inventory, I just have the same quivers, and I did grab a Rip Star as well. So I'll use a Rip Star once we can, which is level 60, I believe. That'll be the same time we swap over to Atlas Oracle for our CBF. Tantrum, by the way, which we do have here, is this. This is what our bow is giving us. And the bow has a chance to proc Barrage on kill. So that is why you'll see sometimes Barrage proc here. Now, Tantrum's very close range in comparison. But it's more hits. So it's a bunch of really small hits. So for proccing attacks, anything that's an on-striking effect, it tends to be pretty good. I like the coverage of Barrage better. And once we start getting some of our other procs from gear, since Barrage is a great skill for proccing as well still, it'll start to shine, because there's so many arrows hitting with Barrage. So you get a lot of procs off. We are just looking to get level 30 so that we can get Worm Shot. I was looking into it, and I believe I was actually wrong about Barrage as a skill and how some of its mechanics may work. I think this is just incredibly bad wording. I don't think the skill deals any physical damage. This should also just say 33% converted, but because because it only deals 75% weapon damage, they worded it like this for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm fairly certain that this also deals no physical damage, just like Trinity Arrow, but for whatever reason they worded it really weird. If I'm wrong, like, let me know. But I believe this converts all of your physical damage to elemental, just like this does, but for whatever reason they have it worded very strange. I don't know what they were thinking, but do go like that. Hit the wrong key. Let's dump everything in a dex right now and put another point in here. I'm gonna max that out. I believe it's 10 points just for the physical res, and the Pierce will be more useful later, like I said, but getting Tri-Ele Pierce for Bowazon is like, because you need 170 to 180 Pierce to do the majority of content effectively. Like once you start getting up into the later Ubers, you need 200 if you want to push the hardest bosses in the game. So getting that on one stat is usually not too bad, but for Tri-Ele builds, you have to get it for 3 elements, as the name may suggest. So it ends up becoming a little more of a pain. So we take it where we can get it. So skills like this, that give us Tri-Ele Pierce, is just fantastic. Especially because we can combo that with stuff like Specialization. I don't know exactly what skills I'll be using and how that's going to go. So I don't know exactly what my points are going to look like. But it doesn't seem like this is going to be a very skill point heavy build, which means I may be able to do Specialization with this. And have it be pretty effective. A lot of my other builds are quite point hungry. I see the waypoint up there. I believe we are starting to also... Do we have anything that gives us plus skills? No. I'd really like to get some things that give us some plus skills so that we can more easily keep our bloodlust up. Okay, this should be our waypoint. Then we'll go do Maggot Lair. So with the Sacred Unique we have, that gives us a rapid Worm Shot. Worm Shot doesn't deal any elemental damage, or rather, it doesn't have any elemental conversion. It's a pure physical setup. So I may decide to do Worm Shot as my primary skill as well. Or in the case of the weapon, I guess it'll be Rapid Worm Shot. I'm not sure exactly how that combos with the passive to increase the range or exactly how that works, but the range on Barrage is a little bit deceptive because the arrows spread out the further they go. You hit a lot less things. Like, you want to be pretty close when you're using Barrage. You want to get right into the thick of it. Whereas with Worm Shot, you can fire it off and it'll hit things more consistently farther away from you. So Worm Shot might end up being better. It might have a cooldown on the base Worm Shot, though, like was said. So I may use both Worm Shot and Barrage and Trinity Arrow, like use them all together. Which could be weird, but I guess we'll see. We're actually almost at Worm Shot already. We're 26. If you don't know exactly how Worm Shot works, you'll see in a moment, but it basically shoots a projectile out that is a dragon. And that dragon shoots more projectiles out. It's kind of like, weirdly, it's almost like a Frozen Orb from Vanilla D2. It works kind of like that, where you shoot out a projectile that shoots more projectiles. It's an interesting one. So, drop a portal. The single target damage that we get on Trinity Arrow is very nice. Okay, let's go do Arcane Sanctuary.
Let there be light.
I mean, I guess it's better than what I'm using right now.
Greetings on when the trouble I have heard. Hello.
Okay. Actually, pretty similar damage. Now, I don't have a teleport on this build. Amazon is stuck having to use Chatan's Gate for the whole game. I could make like a Pax Mystica, but I hate weapon swapping. Let's grab the waypoint. I don't know why. But just urge of completion for some reason. Okay. And Arcane Sanctuary. Let's see what our direction is. It's up this way. Of course, we get the portals when we don't have a teleporter. A teleport skill, rather. Man on melee attack. So, we have triangle. This one, I think. There it is. Holy crap, it's a long one. Looks like this way we should go. I just get terrified when I see these pyromancers. Because they use the same sprite as Asur from Duncraig. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta use Purify. And I don't. I'm hoping Duriel isn't too bad. I should go get some more potions, huh? Shaky screen. What are we, 29?
This is not good.
We have plenty of time. So let's go do Act 3 as well.
Yes? Gerund. Good day.
It's unfortunate that my favorite act goes by so fast. So we could upgrade this. So we'll do that. Next thing to go will be that, but that's not till level 30. Let's try and get our dexterity up.
I've not. Yes.
Won't be quite there, but... And of course, I'm so used to having teleports for this, and now I don't get to have a teleport. Ooh. Maybe we take Static Frenzy off for this. So we can get shotgunned pretty quick there. Just have to be careful. Okay, that is level 30. So we'll put a point here into Worm Shot. We're going to put a point into Defensive Harmony. It's 40 for this. So let's see how Worm Shot is. So yeah, that's Worm Shot. Be kind of hard to tell. But as it gets more targets... Yeah. It will get better, I think. For the meantime, we're getting so much flat, like, elemental damage. I think that one's actually a Spider Cavern. I'm gonna give all the skills a good try. I think Barrage is my favorite, though. This one was actually just a super sneaky one. I didn't see the waypoint there. I would like to hit level 40 so that I can get the stamina boost. That'll make up for not having the teleport. At least the projectile speed on, like, Trinity shot here is really good. And it actually has, like, some decent coverage as well. Not quite as insane as Barrage, but it's more damage than Barrage, but a little more intensive on the brain since I gotta aim a lot harder. Which in short bursts is fine, but like for boss fights and stuff, but for grinding for hours, I would rather not have to aim. That is almost for sure a hangman. I don't know that it could be anything else. Yeah.
What would this bring from the right buyer?
Okay. Want to make sure I get the Jade figurine. Don't want to miss out on that extra life. Put the drop notifier back on. You can see like the little projectiles that it shoots out. The more levels I put into Worm Shot, the more projectiles it gets. You see 1 additional target per 2 base levels. So the next level will make it attack 4 targets, etc. That'll keep going. And then here at level 40, we can increase the range at which it shoots. So that'll be pretty good. This apparently doesn't stop at 10 like I thought, which is pretty insane. I'm going to max that out for sure. This looks like it's probably going to go to 25 or maybe 20. Okay, looks like I have a mandatory Great Marsh. There's our waypoint, and there's the Flared Dungeon. So, okay, what I'll do is go grab the waypoint up here. So we'll stick around, go all the way around here, grab the waypoint, then we'll go drop our portal off. And then go grab the lower Kurost waypoint, and then go back and do the dungeon after that. once I hit 200 dex, I can upgrade my weapon as well. Oh, yes. My favorite.
Yes?
Well,
Well, freeze.
Okay, then we'll hand this in. Get our potion. $50 extra life, very nice. I'm gonna keep maxing out Dragon Lore for now. Which is probably not the best way to do it. I should be probably putting levels into Barrage? You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Barrage does deal physical, because I feel like I am finally starting to leech some mana and life now. Not as much life. I don't know if I have any life leech right now. I'm starting to leech mana from the bow's mana leech now, so maybe it is 25% physical on Barrage, it looks like. I don't know. Median XL skill wordings is getting better, but it's still not perfect. Okay. Here's our waypoint. Almost at enough dex. Let me actually double check that real quick. Just to make sure I have the stat correct. Long war bow, level 30, dexterity 200, yes. It has increased requirements. At the tier 4, it has 150% increased requirements, and you need 1300 dex. So you need a lot of dex to use it. So I might end up swapping over to a different bow, but I should be like piling everything into dex and getting a lot of dex anyways, so we'll see. If I find myself really needing the damage upgrade and I don't have the dex to use it, then I may swap to the reflex bow, which is another decent option, the Amazon bow. So we leave the portal there. and then we'll go grab the next waypoint and come back. We do that because I don't want to have to run all the way to Lower Kurost from the Flare Jungle waypoint, because it's pretty far. And there's no easy way to backtrack out of the Flare Dungeon. It's a pretty long way. So, easier just to do it like this. A 1 all skills, I guess, and 39 mana. It's better. God. Well. There goes me being stupid. Y'all know how it goes. No monsters, though. I'll just keep putting more points into Trinity Shot. Help my single target out. When we get to Mephisto, we should shred him. So, that is the goal. The damage on Trinity Shot, like it being up to 1300% more damage towards the center, is kind of insane damage. That should scale incredibly well into the later game stuff. I don't see why it wouldn't. The big downside is just you needing to have Tri-Pierce. Maybe it's trying to like counteract not having as much Pierce by just having a crap ton of damage. That kind of makes sense almost. Looks like the Gibden didn't spawn, or if he did, he was somewhere weird. That's okay. I don't need more shrines. I mean, you always need more shrines, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. As long as I get the important quest items. Yeah, there's the Static Frenzy coming in, you see. Is it not? I guess it's not calculated. That's weird. Obviously they have more than a 5% chance to hit me, so I don't know what's going on there, but... Wow. I don't have a teleport, so I can't skip Flare Dungeon. Level 3. I gotta do the whole thing. I say that like the mazes are like a difficult thing, and obviously they aren't. This way, then here. this.
Good evening.
Do this. That can go in there. That's 2 now. 7 to 9 bonus physical. I actually like the bonus physical that, and then it gets converted 3 ways into elemental. The weapons that do conversion to elemental tend to just be, like, really good. I think for, like, end game builds, or for, like, very high-level builds, stat stacking for innate elemental damage is probably, like, ends up being more damage. But it is, like, way easier to stack a ton of EWD than it is to stack innate elemental damage, especially early on. So being able to just stack it as a physical build and then convert it is, like, way easier. Here's the rune symbol. Oh, the waypoint's over there. Did I walk past the waypoint, or did I hit the waypoint and then forgot immediately that I hit the waypoint? Both of those seem like extremely likely things that I would do. Pretty sure I just walked right past it. I did. Oh, nice. Two more dexterity, and I can use the bow. Okay. Almost at the Durance I hate. We can probably put some more points into barrage as well. So, we can get the extra stats from Lamb Essence.
All this trouble over a tattered book.
Okay. Just because the extra points in this, like, there's no flat added damage that goes into Worm Shot. It's just the getting more targets. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know. I feel like Barrage for now is just like way better damage. So I'm going to keep it up with Barrage. And see. I mean, if we compare the damage, they actually have the same. Trinity has 100% weapon fizz because they both do 75, right? Yeah. These both deal 75% weapon damage. Hello. This deals 100%. So, Phalanx is 140. To be fair. Yeah, there's not a ton of stuff I really want to invest in, honestly. We don't have the arcane crystals to upgrade our bow yet, so we need 2 more uniques first, but once we get those, then unless did I put something in my cube? No. But once I can, I will upgrade. There's our arcane crystal. It's just P skulls in here that I have, which I don't really care about. So this can have 4 things in it now, though. So we will go ahead and do. What's the level on a jaw rune? Required 80. Okay. Jaw runes 5% more damage, but P skulls will have to do. So hold on, let's actually take a look before and after I use the skulls. So right now we're at 95 to 164 on Barrage. That was actually a huge increase on our damage upping this. But this goes from 95 to 164 up to 111 to 186. So make sure you're picking up those skulls, guys. If you're doing a physical weapon build, it's super good. Okay. So let's go. Definitely starting to feel the squishiness. But we're starting to leech a little bit, or maybe it's life on attack, or I'm not sure what's healing us, but I guess we're getting a little bit of from defensive harmony life when struck. Ooh, gotta be careful with those. The flame strikes always catch you off guard. They're very powerful. I'm gonna keep bumping decks. This is already a glass cannon build, so once I get Paragon, I'll be a little more survivable. Look how far the waypoint is. I'm not gonna farm Mephisto, screw it. That is both a blessing and a curse for single player. Having static maps, I could go delete my map data, so you can reset it that way, but I don't like to mess with the files like that. So, I only like to reset my map data by swapping difficulties. Which obviously I can't do until I have a second difficulty to swap to. Decent amount of life regen as well. Surprisingly. Oh. Was being greedy and trying to pick up items.
Success. But still, there's something not right.
Whoops. I almost always put a portal down right here. I just didn't do it this time for some reason. Don't know why, but oh well. I'm gonna double check strength requirement on upgrading some pieces like the Feather Claw. I don't need that Dull Rune, but I grab it anyways. Because obviously, I'm going to need more strength, so. This is actually a pretty dang good chess piece for melee sorceress. Attack speed, life on melee. Cast speed, all attribute. That's a lot of life on that one. Kind of like the all skill on that one though. 2 random jewels just for socketing purposes.
But stay a while and listen.
I mean, might as well put that on this one. Don't really care about the life on melee, obviously, but let me double check some of our gear pieces here. So tier 3 for Farnham's, we need level 41 and 147 strength. Feather Claws, we need level 40 and 200 strength. And the War Cloak, we need level 35, which we have, and 175 strength. So if I wanted to respec, I could get War Cloak to level 3, but then I wouldn't have enough to get this up, so I will keep it as is for now. Clean that up. Let's go buy some potions.
What do you need?
Probably do something else with my belts. There's no tiered unique belts that I really want, but what level can I use, like, Truth? Hold on. I know I'm doing stuff you guys can't see, but let's take a look. Truce is Jaw Rune at level 80. and that would mostly be for the 10 Fizz res. I probably want to go with a Lysra at 83 Malcham, which I have for the Tri Ellie Pierce, all attributes, bonus life, mana, life and mana per kill. Lots of good stuff on that. So that's probably the belt I'll go with at that, but that's not till level 83, so we'll do that in Nightmare. Okay. We're getting up there on our time for the video, but let's go run through Act 4. It's super short. So do we have Izzy on this first area? No. Izzy second area? Yes. It's in there. Okay. We'll at least go kill Izzy. Let's do that. Mana Steal, Vitality, and Life. The bow I'm using has a crap load of mana leech, so I'm not too concerned. I may, instead of Epicenter, which I'm using right now, I may swap over and do Lion's Paw, maybe? Or maybe Death Spur. Something else, basically. There's no good boot rune words until I get my Windrunners, which I've already crafted up. But I can't use those till 500 strength and level 100. But once I get there... Here's Izzy right over here. Ooh.
Greetings.
Hail to you, champion.
Help us. Help us.
38. I really want to hit level 40 so that I can start pumping points into the upgrade for Static Frenzy for the bonus stamina. Since it's very, very nice while I'm using a Static Frenzy for the attack speed, I may as well get that extra stamina so I can run way longer. Is that Magister? No, Covenant. It's the Paladin one. We get another level here. There we are. good XP here, thankfully. Ooh. Spiral Dance one-shot me. I think I took a chunk from the ghosts. Not gonna get anything interesting here, but I like to do it anyways, you never know. An IO rune. Well. Go. We're very close to being able to use our first unique quiver as well. Which will be a nice bonus damage source. Will also give us a... Is it on striking or is that one on kill? On striking. 1% chance on striking to cast a level 20 Flame Front. So... we'll start seeing the Flame Front procs. Since we are using Barrage, there's tons of smaller hits going off. Just about to hit level 40. There is our level 40. So, we can swap this on an extra 10% dex or 10% strength and 9% dex. If we take a look, we go 114 to 189. Yeah, that's a decent jump in damage. We have 88, so let's take a quick look here. Double check the strength requirement for our helmet, see if we can upgrade the helmet. Helmets, no, it's 147. Was it the body armor? 175, and the gloves were 201. So we still got a ways to go on any strength requirements, but that's okay. We can also start using Angel Heart here for 2 all skills, strength, dex, defense, and light radius, a mix of things. Did that make our damage go down? No, it went up by 1 point. That was what that extra skill level did, and the dex. It gave us 1 point of damage. That's... well, so we want to put 1 point here for the extra 25% stamina. So if you look when we're running around now, look how long our stamina lasts in comparison. We have 50 total, so it doubled our stamina this 1 point. And I'll be putting a point in here every level. Do I start maxing out barrage more? Probably. So that's giving us what, 6 damage across fire, cold, and lightning. This one's only giving us 1 minimum damage per base level. Well, that's because there's 10% bonus damage from synergy. So hold on. This goes from 1422 to 1624, so it was 2 damage. Whereas this is giving us 6 damage per level, which is just way better. It's consistently giving us 6 damage per level. Let's go get potions, and then we'll go kill Diablo and end off this video. We are over an hour, but...
Greetings.
So all of my stats are going to be going into strength now to try and get that up. We want to get 200 strength so we can get tier 3 for the rest of our gear. Once the rest of our gear is tier 3, then I'll start going back into dex to get tier 3 for our weapon. And like I said before, if our damage is really falling off in Nightmare, then I may swap my bow over. But if I grind that up, I'll do that off screen. So. Well, if I do that, I will buy a tier 3 base and upgrade that to a unique item. And I'll just buy the base on another character who has the required level for it to show up. That's a whole lot of crap in there. And that's the kind of thing where Barrage is not as good, right? This is the kind of thing where like Worm Shot or Trinity Shot would be way better here, right? Because we can like fire it down and then not have to get too close. We'll see. And that's all elemental damage too. Like, our res are not great, but jeez. Holy crap, they hurt. The rest of the enemies not too bad. It's the lightning damage from the ghosts that's really messing me up. Should have left that for Diablo probably, but... We have good single target for bosses. We're just very glass cannon. Getting a little close there. Oh, yeah, single target, no problem for this build. Single target, we demolish. It's just, when we start getting, with how squishy we are. There's a lot of enemies. We just get stun locked. Like that. Yeah, the ghosts. Holy crap. The Void Archons and the Electroghast. My god. My god. Yeah, it's those lightning beams just like shredding me. I only have 47 lightning res. The rest of the enemies, no problem. They're not very tanky, thankfully. Yeah, like single target, no problem. No problem.
Not even death can save you from me.
Yeah. Wow. Topspin, also a pretty good option for helmet. The percent dexterity, very nice. But it's max elemental res as opposed to elemental absorb. So, it's ups and downs. If you're getting max res from other places, you know, it's not as good. I also like the LE Pierce on this, so. Okay. That is most of normal done now. So, in the next one, we'll finish up here in normal, and we'll probably start Nightmare as well, because Act 5 shouldn't take too long. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and consider subscribing, and catch you all in the next one. Take care.